When it comes to blush, the new trend lately is to create more of a gradient. This is what I call the art of creating gradients. Welcome back to Keeping Up with the Queen. Blush and contour are usually used to balance out the face. Today, I'm going to show you how to apply your blush correctly depending on your face shape. I already have my base makeup on, and if you want to learn how I get here, I'll put a link in the description box below. First, let's break down my face shape. Overall, I have a pretty narrow and long face, so we're gonna want to make it a little bit shorter visually, the large tip of my nose. So when I contour, I try to make it smaller, long and narrow shape. Brush like this so I can really get precise. Typically what I would do with my nose contour is I grab a gray shadowy shade like this. You want something that is more cool tone because contour is to mimic shadow versus something that is red undertone like this one. This one is more of a bronzer. You can use a liquid or a powder, is up to you. This is my NARS Skin Deep palette. I think this is discontinued, but there are a lot of powder out there that are going to give you this effect. Contour powder here and here on two sides on the tip of my nose, and I get really tight, create like a U shape. And then I close it. Overall is an O, so I can make it appear smaller. My nose is already long and narrow. Up here, I don't do anything because I already naturally have a shadow. If your nose is shorter and you want to elongate, you will want to place some here as like a C shape. So if you have a bigger, flatter nose, then you will want even stronger contour here to really bring it up, elongate the shape of the contour. And I do not put highlighter on the tip of my nose because I don't want to draw attention to it. When I contour the rest of my face, I use a bigger version of my nose contour brush, a little bit more fluffy so I can get more surface area with my application. So I dip into the same powder. I place my contour from out here and I go inward in a straight line. Because of my high cheekbone, I want to hide it. So I'm not going to put a bright blush color on here. I'm not going to put highlighter, but I'm going to apply the contour right there. And I go like this. And then when I apply blush later, I'm going to melt it into the contour. Go slowly and grab more as you need it because it's easier to apply more than to take it off. And up here, because you can see how my forehead is already dipped in, I'm not going to have to contour there, right? I'm going to contour down here with the contour and without contour. A little bit down here to give myself back some definition that the foundation took away. So that if you have a long face, you're gonna go horizontally with your contour, kind of like to break it up. You want to create a line. If you have a more rounded face, then you would contour like along the side of your face to really bring it in, to make it look longer. When it comes to blush, the new trend lately is to create more of a gradient. So this is what I call the art of creating gradients. You never want to use just one color, but you want to transition it from lighter, more neutral to deeper blush shade, mixing it in with your contour, which is a grayer tone shadow out here. For the top of my cheekbone, instead of using a highlighter, I'm going to go with a shimmery blush. It's going to act both as a glowy blush topper and a highlighter without going overboard. Gemstone in my Tarte Amazonian Clay blush palette, warm tone peach. Just a little bit of a flush. I will transition it to refine, more intense, cooler tone pink. They're a little bit different. That's what's going to create that interesting factor to your blush. For the blush topper, Vibrant Heat by Hourglass, going to create that beautiful topping effect. And I'm going to do my best to blend it into each other and create that gradient, just like when you do painting. Two different brushes for my blush, dome shape, very dense brush. And to get really precise with my application, I'm going to use the smaller version of that brush and a little bit more flat. Gemstone, which is this very natural color, starting right around here. blending it outwards and inwards. And again, my purpose for my long face is to create like a line. One other thing to keep in mind is your blush shouldn't get lower than the bottom of your nose. I'm going to switch to Refine, which is the more intense version of this. I will continue that line, but now I'm kind of on top of my cheekbone. Just place it right there, and I'm going to blend it outwards and inwards. Switching to my small brush, I'm going to grab my Hourglass palette, place that on the top of my cheekbone. I'm not going to blend it everywhere, I'm going to keep it mostly on the top of my cheekbone. I'm blending it slowly. So drawing like a circle and then slowly getting that bigger circle. Whatever is left on this brush here, I'm not getting more product yet. I'm going to run it a straight line through my nose, warmer, brighter shade into a slightly more cool tone and deeper blush. And then you transition with a little bit of shimmer on the top of your cheekbone here. So when you turn, you will see that glow, and throughout the day as your oil comes out through your makeup, it will create that natural highlighter again after a few hours. And if your face shape is more round rather than long like my face, then I would keep the blush around the same spot out here, but I would not trying to create that line. We're trying to create vertical lines here. Remember, with the contour out here? An eyeshadow brush, mix the two colors that we used earlier, and I love using this as an eyeshadow base. And on the tip of my nose, and as a lip liner. Finish up your eyes and lips however you like, and you should have something like this side. This is with just base makeup. You can see how flat and plain it looks on this side. I hope this video helps you in any way. If you have any question, let me know in the comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe so we can grow this community together. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!